Right, morning boys and girls. This video is more or less a repeat of yesterday's video, with the exception that we're doing the end plate of the rear of the engine, where the flywheel and gearbox. So we're at the back of the engine now. Now, as I said in the last video, I don't have to put this on, this aviation instinct gasket, but because I don't want any oil leaks, hopefully this will avoid it. I know the paper gaskets probably will seal it alright, but I just think, well, I've bought the stuff and I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. So I'll pause the video, as you don't want to be watching me doing this, but I'll pause the video and then I'll come back to you when I finish putting this on. Right guys, we've got that all painted with the sealant. Unfortunately on this gasket we've got some little plugs, dowels, into the end of the engine plate, so we've got a better chance of lining this gasket up, he says. Getting it wrong straight away first time. It's not a very good fit, this gasket, by the way, and that's probably because it's a cheap set, like everything else that's imported nowadays. Seem to lose the standards of the fittings on a lot of items, but anyway, we'll fit it the best we can. And we're about there. Now pause the video guys, now put some more of this stuff on, and then I'll fit the engine end plate on, and I'll come back to you once that's been fitted. Right guys, we've got the end plate in situ now. It's all been coated with the liquid gasket. This is the stuff, I've shown you it before in the last video, but that's the stuff in case you want to buy some for yourselves. And I do believe it's for mating two smooth surfaces together without a gasket. So there we go, that's what it is. Case now just of making sure we get the engine end bolts in now. As you can see, I've given them all a degrease, so there shouldn't be any problems fitting these in. And they've all got a lock washer on them, and I'll just go around and fit them in. And they're actually going in a little bit better than well, I don't want to speak too soon, but they look like they're going in a little bit easier than the ones that I did yesterday, if you recall. The gasket was even a worse fit than this one was, but this is where we are so far. And I've said before in these videos, a professional builder would probably be doing things like this on an engine stand, inside on a workshop, in a workshop, etc. Unfortunately for me, these engines, I could build it inside my shed, not this temporary garage. I could build it inside my shed, and I dare say I would be able to make a better job of it inside. But because I'm doing it outside, it's easy to move around. Now that's where we are so far by the look of things. Now, I'm not quite sure if I've got one extra screw there, or whether that is for, I don't know what that's for, but I don't have a screw to fit that right now, and I haven't lost any bolts. but like I said in the last video, if you just tighten all these up finger tight first, you know they're all going to go in, and you're not cross threading anything. Now we'll have to investigate that one, because I can't imagine that there would be two. Can't imagine that there would be two bolts as close together as that. So whether that's for a locate, oh, tell you what that is, I've just realised now, that is the locating dowel. That is the end of the locating dowel. So I was correct. I've got all my screws, all my bolts going in correctly, and they're all just nicely, all these, and it's put a nasty score along the bottom there of the engine plate. So that thing's been flying around. I showed you the damage it had done to the bell housing and everything. Pulled apart, and when you're putting it back together, that you know, you've got all your parts first, and yeah, and you won't suffer the same fate as this unfortunate chap did. So I'm just going to go around and give them all, just tighten them up just like so, and I will go back to these shortly, lads. I'm just giving you a little, just to show you how it's just assembled. 10 minutes to put it together really, the end plate. And I will torque these down when I find. I'll refer back to my manual, and I'll come back with a torque wrench and tighten all these up to the specific. I might be able to tackle that job myself, because it's you know, it's like anything else. One, you think it's quite hard to do until you actually start doing the job. Now while the wife's away, I'll just borrow one of her blouses. I don't think she'll mind. I'll put it in the wash anyway before she gets back. So yeah, she'll be none the wiser. I'll get that bit of oil out. But yeah, that's where we are now. I'll torque all these back down to the required torque. So that's the morning's sort of video, and I'll plan my next job. I was a bit concerned about the how hard it was to turn the engine, but I've been told by my friend Vince that it would be quite tight to turn it over, simply because everything's brand new in there. It does turn, and I'll demonstrate that in my next video. So thanks for watching, and if you do like it, give us a thumbs up. If not, give us a thumbs down. Thank you.